Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Come
Let's
on.
go.
Yeah, come on.
How you feeling after that workout?
I honestly might have been.
Is it angled right? Yeah, we're good.
Looks good, yeah.
Dude.
Honestly, dude, that might have been one of the harder workouts I've had, and I kind of wish that I had my Apple Watch to see how high my heart rate was.
I wanted to see. I was telling him earlier I had my Apple Watch on the charger and I just forgot it. I feel like usually I try and keep my heart rate at like anywhere from like, I don't know, consistently the entire workout, like 135 to 145-ish.
Yeah, because then they say you want to have your heart rate at like 80% or 75, 80% to like work on like kind of push yourself to the max. Like I don't really know if I've ever gotten
Keep forgetting it. What is it again?
05.
Yeah.
And what I was saying, the thing is about me when I train solo, I don't push myself as hard as with someone here. I feel like when I'm at home, like I love the home gym. I love the convenience. I love avoiding the crowds. I love not having to go to the gym. I can do it in my backyard, but I know that without a gym partner, I will not go as hard as I did today.
Yeah.
I just won't.
I don't know if we talked about it during the workout or not. Him and I tend to really ramble about a bunch of things. I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my thumb on here. But yeah, we were just talking about that. How like he trains solo all the time. I train solo all the time. Like he was talking about in a commercial gym setting, you might have a plan of what you want to do. Half the time you're waiting around for equipment, and you got dummies on their phones texting while you're sitting there. It drives me nuts.
There's
but
just no self-awareness.
yeah, I mean,
I think a lot of people forget, like, they're zoned out. They're not paying attention. They don't realize that this is a public sector. It's a public space.
yeah.
And I do not miss that
Yeah.
at all. I will never go back to commercial gym the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I won't.
It's funny.
There's no point.
Yeah, and it's so funny because like you and I talk about all the time, like I would tell you all the time that like I prefer more so a commercial gym. Even though I've been training here most of the time. So I work second shift. So oftentimes like from the time I wake up, which is like 9 a.m. to let's just say, 12:45, closer to 1 o'clock, I'm like time management is crucial.
Yeah.
So like, not that I'm trying to be antisocial or anything, but like I don't have time for like much else. If today's a training day, I want to get what I need to get done before I go and train. I have time to train, and that's it. I want to get in, get out. I don't really have much time to really socialize, even though I'd love to.
And that is a nice aspect of the commercial gym is you meet friends, you meet new people,
Yeah.
you connect on a similar level, which is fitness. But like you said, like with your situation, you don't want to go talk to Jimmy and Joe for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like, say, Jimmy and Joe, I'm trying to get the gains, get out.
Like off days, I am more than willing to stop and chit chat, and I love that, in our local gym, like I love meeting new people, which is one of the main reason why I started. This guy inspired me to start making videos of my own. Like I love meeting new people. That's the main reason why I'm doing this, and if I could help somebody, great. Which is if you guys tuned into part 1 with our workout, if not, it's cool. We're just making a video to have a good time, train together, but then help you guys too. But no, going back to the whole, pros and cons of commercial gym to home gym, it's like there's pros and cons to it all.
Oh, of course.
I'm sure you miss parts of a commercial gym where you don't have certain pieces that you would love to have, but you're limited with space.
Yeah, that's the thing. In like a commercial gym, there's a lot like more selectorized machines that I like over a plate-loaded machine, because a lot of the machines I have that are like single-use exercises are all plate-loaded.
Yeah.
Because like the reviews, which we'll get into later.
Yeah.
I like making more budget-friendly plate-loaded machine videos because it's more reasonable for what I would buy in my own space.
Right.
With commercial gym, you can get Life Fitness, all those brands that have like 300-pound stack like machines that are just like most people cannot afford to have at home.
Right.
And I do miss that.
Right. Plus the the maintenance that you have to focus and worry about, not worry about, but
when you're
a little
worried,
more cognizant of like making sure the cables are oiled up, lubed up, whatever. It's like, you don't have to worry about that in a commercial gym. They do it for you.
Yeah, that's
you got a problem, you go and talk to somebody else about a piece of equipment that needs to be worked on, and there's so many different pros and cons. It's crazy.
Oh, and we can go all day about that.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
100%. Well, I guess we'll jump right into it. So, I got like a list of questions for this guy. So basically, one, again, if we didn't talk about it in the part one, him and I have been real close. We have a pretty cool story. We won't get into that too much, but I've known this guy for my entire life. His mom and my mom are best friends, and it's just cool. We have a ton in common, and
we took a bath together.
Dude. Yeah, then we took 15 years off of not seeing each other, and then
all of a sudden
you came into Hidden Cove.
We're in a parking
fun
lot.
part that I worked at the time when I was about 18 years old.
That was like 15 years ago.
And then we just rekindled everything, dude.
Yeah, honestly, we've been hanging out monthly or even bi-weekly ever since.
Yeah, and him and I have so much in common, and we're real close, and it's cool to sit down with the guy that won. Again, I prefaced earlier, this guy's inspired me to do a lot of things, but one is to make videos, because this guy's been killing it for. How long you been doing this for? 3.5?
So he's the reason why I did this. He's the reason why I kept doing it, because he said, "You're really good at this." We used to go to the YMCA and make those stupid noises you probably saw in part one. And we would do all that.
Hopefully you tuned in, baby. Let's go.
Hopefully you're still watching.
Yeah.
If not, it's okay. We're going to keep doing our thing. And we were always like really good at like the dynamic of that. And he's like, "Oh, you'd be, since you're a school teacher, you'd be really good at, making videos." So I did like a fitness page with one of our old friends, and it was a lot. Like we got to like 1,000 followers, and it was just too much maintenance. So we kind of just cut it off, and then once all the gyms were shut off, I just kind of shot it back up. And him and our buddy Ryan were like both like mainly obviously branded. I would say 99% of it. Shout out, love you, Ryan.
Big shout out to you, our car. If you're watching, baby, let's go.
He probably got bored within 5 minutes.
Yeah. He got to about the 20-second mark. He's like, yeah,
I'm good.
Not today. No.
But he was the reason behind, honestly, motivating me to do this. And there were other people behind the scenes, but I would say Brandon was a huge drive in me making the content. And that's why, like, anytime he wants to make videos, I'm always going to be doing the same to help him out. So,
yeah. We got a good dynamic. I mean, it's so cool, man. There's so much that I could talk about in terms of like this topic and everything. It's there's just so many different avenues, but it's so cool, man. It's just the whole creative space. I know, like it's like I was talking about earlier about helping people. Like as a teacher, you want to you're an educator, so you obviously your focus is the well-being of your students, and that carries on to every other aspect in your life to try and help people, and you're helping people make, it's having that growth mindset, like I feel like I've always had that, you have that, we push each other, and it's so natural. It's not over the top to where we like to be balanced and
of course you gotta be
have fun and goof off. Like I still have my potty humor and talk like an idiot half the time, but also we have a serious side to where like we're in the gym, we're doing good things for ourselves, and we're positive. That's one of the main reasons why I got so close to this guy. Again, it was just natural to the energy's there, and like I'm always trying to find energy, and like this guy has it, and
you need it in your life. You need people to match your energy, or life can get real dull.
Yeah, 100%. It's so cool, man. Well, anyway, I have a series of questions to get to know this guy. Again, he hasn't done a Q&A for a long time. I know you did a live stream back at the old crib.
Ooh, rest in peace. About 3 years ago. Yeah, that was about 3 years ago.
And I tuned into it, but it's been so long, I can't remember. I don't know. I assume that you probably are going to. I'm gonna ask you these questions. That you probably had the same questions, asked.
Oh yeah, dude.
During the live stream, we're gonna go back into it.
Yeah.
And do it again.
What do you got?
So anyway, I guess we'll go from the beginning of how it started and why you started your channel.
Okay.
So we'll go into that. And honestly, we haven't talked about this like outside off the camera in a while, and honestly, I'm curious to see what you have to say about that.
Well, I think for me, the main reason why I started it was it was honestly more on a whim. Social media, I've never been steered away from social media. When we were kids, in high school, we used to make silly videos all the time, but then, we kind of steered away from that. But I've always had the social media creation in my my blood. But honestly, I watched a lot of home gym videos when everything was shut down. And there's a couple guys, mainly garage gym reviews. He just was like so talented at reviewing products. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, reviewing home gym products kind of sounds boring. It did at first. I'm
It's
like,
funny.
It kind of sounds like dull. But the thing about me is like, I am a school teacher. I am very, I wouldn't say amazing, but pretty good at like breaking things down, discussing things. I like, helping people. And I honestly tried the whole fitness, Instagram, YouTube idea, but it's honestly the workout videos, and that is not really what I think I am the best at. I think I'm better at explaining and breaking things down, and that's kind of why I liked Coop, because he was so good. He is so talented at breaking down equipment, and that's kind of where I started. I did the power block video, and I noticed, like, man, this is getting a couple thousand views, and the quality was trash. It was not good. Like, how I presented my delivery, the camera quality was not good, but I noticed that, like, there was a lot of people interested in that video, and I'm like, at first when I did it, I'm like, yeah, we'll see how it is, and because of Coop, and then I noticed I was getting a lot of traction, and then as kind of from there, I just started doing more of that. I don't know if I'll ever make a workout channel specifically working out, because I kind of have my realm of just reviewing things. Yep. And I know there's a lot of people out there that people watch that, they trust them more, which is like, okay, I'm not going to review a product that I think is complete junk that you should never use. I would never do that. I would never put that out there to anybody. Yeah. But, I mean, I go on all day about this.
Honesty's everything. We were just having this conversation earlier about, whatever it is, like anything, like whether you're like on camera or off, like the honesty is going to go so much further. And you've been honest this entire time with your followers and the companies that you've been working with, and it works. Like, I tell him all the time, like, he probably rolls his eyes, a ton, like how often I'm constantly, it sounds like a broken record of like, if don't fix it unless it,
it's broken.
It's broken. So,
and
this is what works for him, and I think it's awesome. I'm always spitballing ideas by this guy, and it's interesting to see, I'm always trying to see things from a different lens and through a different angle, and I'm like always trying to push this guy to see, like, hey, like, what if you started doing this and that? And it's like,
I feel bad. I always kind of shut him out. I'm like, nah, I'm going to keep doing the same thing. Well, because like I've been doing it for 3 years, and like I have more to review. I have enough to review for about 2 years in here. Yeah. Like, there's so many things in here that I have yet to go over, and I'm trying to space out the channel so I don't oversaturate it with too much equipment.
You stick to what works for you, man. And it's interesting to see where, like, I've as someone like myself who's just getting into making YouTube videos, and of course I'm spoiled rotten to have this guy, as a friend, to spitball ideas off of him, because he knows obviously what works, and I don't. I'm not very tech savvy, honestly, and it's been a huge help. But like, it's interesting to see, like, there's so much that I don't know, and he's like showed me exactly, like, you gotta. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, it takes a long time to figure out what's natural. Like, I'm always trying to figure out what's natural. Yep. Okay. And I remember early on when you were doing the comedic kind of like bits or whatever you want to call it. Like,
I did
that was
for like a year.
hilarious. And
That
it
was
like,
fun.
How much effort goes into that? Whereas like
It was constant. My
you
brain
need
was
the energy, you need
the ideas.
the ideas. It's wild, dude.
I miss doing that, but my brain is like it was so overwhelming to kind of continuously think. Like, a shout out to comedians. Those dudes, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
After like 6
Yeah.
months of making those, I'm like, I can't think of anything more. I've moved on, and I mean, if it ever comes back, it will. But I think the purple wig is gone for a while.
It's dude, it's so funny how like, and like the comedic aspect, like that's natural for them. Like, you're a pretty funny dude. Like, most of the time, you're goofy. You got high energy, which I love. And we're always like, you know, bouncing.
Oh, yeah,
energy wise, we're always like bouncing energy
Yeah.
levels like off with one another. And even then, you know, like I even find myself like going back to what's natural and what's not. Like, I'm so new to making videos, and like I'm like, if you show people that that's what you want to do all the time, that's what they're going to want to see over and over and over again.
People see passion. People see your passion about what you're doing, and then they kind of like, you know, put themselves in like.
Yep.
I don't like gravitate's the word I'm trying to say. They
Yep.
gravitate
Yep.
towards you because they, you know, they like your energy, they like
Yeah.
your opinions, you know, because like especially like, you know, in the garage gym review space, like everyone is looking for different opinions on what they're buying, so they're gonna watch 3-4 reviews, and my goal is hopefully my review, you know, sways them into, you know, I'm not buying this or I'm buying this because of what this guy said. So I think that's where kind of I am, and I know with you, like your realm is like I love, you know, outdoorsy, working out, vlog style.
I am so scrappy.
That's good though.
And like, it's funny, you know. I again going back to like the spitballing. Like, yeah, it's like you've figured out what works for you, and it's like you're totally content with doing the reviews. I mean, I'm gonna ask you like later on, like what the future of your channel is looking like, and if you have any other ideas. But like, it's what works for you. You're simple. It works, and you enjoy it. Like, most importantly, you thoroughly enjoy it.
I do. Besides the editing, I can't stand that. I tell them that all the time. I like everything else. I hate editing and thumbnails and descriptions. I can't stand it. But everything else, I love making. Like this, I love making this.
Yeah.
Everything else, I'm just like not looking for.
Like, press play, let me be on the camera, and then after we like press stop, and it's like
give it to somebody else.
Hand
and
it
do
off.
all of it.
Be nice to be able to get to that stage and allow that to work for you. You know.
So watch this video and subscribe to him. Subscribe to me, and make that happen.
Yeah, but it's funny though. Like, you know, you stay within your all these. You know, you get into the space of like content creation. And like, everyone's talking about niche, and like, if I'm going to continue to keep doing this myself, I'm not going to have it. You know, like I've told you, like off camera, my niche is just like it's more of like a personal. I don't want to call it a personal brand, but like it's everything that I do. Like, I have so many different interests. For me to just nail down one thing, it's so hard for me to do. I wish I could do it, but I couldn't.
And you've always been like that though. You've always liked trying different things.
I want to be naturally like curious and stay naturally curious about so many different things, and it's tough. I'm probably not going to get the views and everything that I like this guy's getting, but you know, like, you know, it is what it is. It's like, you know, there's people that think the same way that I do. It may or may not work, but like you just said earlier, like we have fun doing it. Press play, we're acting like morons, like we typically are. We record it, and it's like they have a conversation of, you know, like tips and tricks on like, you know, if someone were to like get started and they're like having a hard time getting started, you know, it takes a little bit of time to try and figure that out, and you might have to. The growing pains are gnarly. Like I tell him all the time, like I feel like such an idiot on camera, like starting and stopping and what do I say and blah blah blah, this and that. But it takes a long time to get done with that. Like, I can't speak on that. This guy's got it figured out. You know, I'll probably never feel confident speaking to a camera, which is the weirdest thing in the world.
You know? We keep going. I feel like I could go on forever. I keep getting distracted. There's like 7 squirrels over there.
Well, there's 7 squirrels. We got neighbors walking by, and
everyone's waving at us.
Yeah, yeah. It's like my eyes are wandering. But But yeah, it's such a, we could ramble on for the next hour about, what I think, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to like whip this out of my rear end.
Pretty much. That's kind of like.
So anyway, I think that
off the cut though.
That covers like 2 parts of that. That part. I have my notes in front of me. I'm not doing any Tinder swiping here. I promise you guys.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah. Well, come on. I guess on the same topic. Side note, what is something that like I probably should have started in the beginning of this, but like, why have you decided to get it? Like, why did you get into working out?
Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, sports was the main thing that got me into being active. I've always been a very active kid. Growing up, in my household, we played your traditional video games, couch potato, but we also were very involved in anything extracurricular: football, baseball, basketball, soccer, track. So I always had the active athletic bug in my ear growing up. And then obviously being a football player, like, you need strength to be able to, tackle and play. Like, if you don't have strength, you're not going to play. So that's where, like, in 8th grade, I started getting into weight training. And honestly, my dad was always the one that pushed me in the gym. And it created a habit. And after I built that habit, I've been disciplined ever since, because I don't know what it's like not to train. I've been doing it for almost 2 decades.
Yep.
I will train until the day I cannot move.
Yeah.
Which is hopefully in my 90s. But we'll see. That's kind of what got me started. What about you?
We have a similar background. I mean, your dad trains. Your dad's in like better shape than
60 years old almost.
Yeah, better shape. Like, I mean, it's incredible. But both of my parents both work out, and that's. I wouldn't say they work out real hard or anything like that, but it's like one of those things where, you see your parents doing this, or like, and in my soccer background, I played other sports in my younger years, but I mainly played soccer from high school on. But I was the same way. Like, as an athlete, what are you doing to compete? Well, you're working on your fitness in between. You're practicing the actual sport itself, and you're staying in shape. And it goes hand in hand. And your parents push you, and it just kind of goes along with that. I mean, that's just the sport aspect alone. But then as we get older, now that we have the social media at our fingertips here,
and we don't play sports anymore. I mean,
it's more so like, you obviously have your channel and you're helping people, and it's like, you're focusing on trying to stay strong, and you're focusing on health. Just like myself. Yeah. And if you have a different, your mindset kind of changes, and like your it sounds so corny, but your why, of what motivates you. It's just like, we're getting older, it's health is just so important to focus on, especially here in the States. I mean, I can go on and on about all that BS. I talk to this guy out, off camera all the time about the latest diet trends, and things of, not so much, we're not focusing on getting so like bodybuilder-esque, which I used to have that mindset of like really getting into bodybuilding. I was going to the expos and stuff like that, and now it's more of like, we talk about all the time of like lifting heavy versus like just lifting for reps, and like our joints hurt. Our joints would really like just hurt all the time if I did lifting weight.
If I went and did 280 for bench, I'd be sore for like 3 days.
Yeah. I remember like at ISU, you and Ryan were chugging energy drinks and deadlifting 5, whatever you were talking about, like maxing out.
I think I did.
Again, like, you weren't playing sports in college, but like, you carried the sport mentality into college. And you were lifting like morons. You guys wonder why your bodies hurt all the freaking time.
Doing like 600-pound deadlifts.
Yeah.
I could deadlift a lot.
Yeah. It's like bananas, dude.
Yeah, I probably can do half of that now. I bet you I could do like 400 now, but I don't even care to try.
Yeah.
And it's like, whatever.
But like, it's just like, as you age, you start to change the way that you think about things. And hopefully as you get older, you start focusing more so on your health, as opposed to like the look aspect. I know it's hard not to, and I'm not going to say that we don't focus on looks, because it is a part of it, but when you train consistently, you eat right, you train however you'd like to and whatever suits you, like the looks are going to come with.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
I think that's the better mindset and avenue to go down, especially for you guys that are beginners. Again, part one, we talked a lot about the beginning aspect of like fine tuning things, but the it's not rocket science. You go and you figure out, you do the trial and error of what works for you. And we've
been doing that for years and trying to figure out what works best. I still trial and error all the time.
Yeah. Yep. But hopefully it's like you can go and work out and develop something to where like you're able to sustain this. There's so much BS out there. There's so much BS out there in terms of like
a lot of squirrels.
It's like it's so distracting.
I've seen like 5 run across.
Yep. But there's so much information out there, and
there's a lot. Do your own research.
Yeah.
Do what's best for you. I think that's it's always like some of the best advice.
Yeah, and like with that, like what if you tuned into part 1, great. If you didn't, we talked about the reasons again, like why we work out the way that we do. But do you have a specific reason why you work out the way that you do?
It just
works for you.
It works for me, and I feel the best the way I train.
Yeah.
I would much rather have all cable work, dumbbell work over barbell work.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life. It just
lifting in flip-flops.
Flip-flops or Crocs or barefoot. Mostly barefoot.
Yeah.
Am I against barbell training? Absolutely not. Compound lifts are the best way to gain strength and gain
100%,
power.
100%.
It's always going to be that way, but
yeah. Simplicity.
Think about 60, 70 years ago. They didn't have all these crazy machines. They had like iron and they had dumbbells, like old school dumbbells and a bar and some plates. Like they didn't have the mechanisms of different machines and stuff we had. And look how strong those guys were.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of science and research behind like dumbbells, cable. You can gain a lot of strength, and I feel like my joints feel a lot better too compared to doing straight barbell. That's why I use safety squat bars, I use camber bars if I barbell train, because I feel like it's more joint friendly for me as I get older.
Yeah.
That's for me though.
100%. I do a lot of the same style. Like he does a lot of that, dumbbell stuff, and it makes a lot of sense. It's like you're having that fixed point, you're not able to move your body like the the natural mechanics of a human being. Like we're all
we move exactly.
So it makes more sense to have the resistance. You're not fixed to a point.
Yeah, because the fixed to a point, I almost feel like too. Like it's targeting that muscle directly, but I also feel like too I'm stuck in that position, and like I don't know. I feel like that causes a lot more tension. In the muscle.
Right.
Like not the tension you think you need. Time under tension to gain strength. I'm talking tension like pain.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we just need to get this guy in a better cardio regimen,
Yeah. Finally don't feel like complete garbage.
Yeah. But we train very similarly. I just do a little bit more cardio. And I do it, my focus is like heart health. If your heart's, not pumping the way it should, like the rest of your body, you're going to be, feeling like junk. And it's not that you don't work your heart doing what he's doing.
What I do
by no means, like you're getting your heart rate up for sure.
Like that's why like I've been doing a lot more of like not taking a ton of rest.
Yeah.
So that way I'm constantly keeping my body going, because like that's the thing when I was doing like just your straight barbell work, like I would take a long rest. So like, my heart rate wasn't getting as jacked up.
Yeah.
Compared to doing what I've been doing more lately.
It's nice too that we've talked about it a lot where this whole idea of like short workouts where like you're trying the focus is trying to get as much volume as possible. So like the way that I train is like I want to get my strength aspect in and the cardio aspect in, all like it's 2 birds 1 stone. It drives me nuts. And which if it works for you, great. For those of you listening, I don't like to do strength in the gym and then do cardio like treadmill work, elliptical, like you do like an hour your weightlifting session and you go and do cardio separately. You're in the gym for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, much. And like hopefully you're stretching, which I need to do more of. Working on mobility. We didn't do too much of that today. But
that could be a segment for another day.
Oh
man.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that style of training for us, again, focusing on the weights and minimal rest in between, you're getting your heart rate up, so you're, two birds, one stone. So it's nice to be able to do that instead of just taking 5 minutes in between sets. And if you're powerlifting, it's what you want to do, but
which a lot of people like
getting
that.
in and getting out, and that's what you and I both have in common in terms of the workout style. I want to get in and I get out.
My brain operates like in a way like if I'm in there for an hour, I kind of lose motivation.
So do I. Yeah, like after an hour, I'm like,
I'm done.
And it's more mental. Much. It's more mental. Like I feel like my body is like, I'm good. That's all that you need. And a lot of the experts, say, I've heard all over the place. To exceed an hour.
I know people that I've watched I'm
unnecessary.
I'm in the gym for 2 hours. Like, dude, that's like unnecessary. I feel like you're trying to avoid whatever's going on at home, but I don't know.
Unless you're on. That's one point. But like, unfortunately, like, unless you're on roids, like, you're not going to really like recover from that.
No.
No,
you're not. Your body is not meant to have that much pressure and tension constantly for that amount of time. Well, it's just like, that's why I give anyone who's a hard blue collar, hard labor worker, like, they're putting their body through all the time. Yeah. Like, I watch some of these guys, like these concrete workers, these dudes, I'm like, I'm such a wimp.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
You're like working on the farm, stuff like that. Like,
strongest
they're working
dudes
out all
ever.
day. That's what they say, like the Amish.
Strongest people ever.
They're
constantly putting their body through.
They don't go to a traditional gym and work out. It's just like the key is like movement for anybody like starting out. It's just, even if you don't like to like work out, it's just like, just move your body. Go out for a walk. And if you don't have 10 minutes to go out, for a walk, then you're lying to yourself. You just need to just.
That boils my blood.
There's something that you need to change in your life. If you don't have 10 minutes, if you make an excuse, which again, as a former personal trainer, I heard it all the time, and it was nothing but excuses. And I was the same way. It boiled my blood. Like, you can't tell me you don't have 10 minutes to go out for a walk.
When you get home,
weights aren't your thing, that's fine. I know a lot of people that.
And I get people say, like, I have kids, I have a family. That's great.
Yeah.
When they're in bed, get up early.
Yep.
Maybe in between, like, dinner or something like that. Have your husband or someone watch the kids, go out and do your thing for 20 minutes. That's it.
Yeah.
But again, we'll go on that.
Could ramble on.
I
could ramble on that for a long time.
Oh, that could be a 2 hour bit.
Well, here we go, bro. Moving on, dude. Diet. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, man.
The part. What would you say? Like, I've heard from most people, most experts, 80-20.
Oh, that's
80% diet, 20% training.
If you eat like crap and think you're gonna go to the gym and see progress, you are living in a pipe dream.
Yeah.
You have. Yeah. I personally, the hardest thing I've always had is the protein. Like, everyone's like 1 gram per body weight. I weigh 210 grams of protein.
That's a lot.
I'll be on the toilet all day. Like, dude. That's where I have the hardest part is like, dude, that's like bricks coming out of me. That's so much protein.
It's so much, man. I remember, so when I was training for my certification, which I'm basically technically certified still, I just need to renew.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, I think they had said this is for maintaining muscle mass, was anywhere from 0.5 to 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight.
0.5
to 0.8.
I could do the 0.5.
That's for maintaining.
Maintain that. So if you want to go 0.8, so if you want to go crazy, 200. That's just so much.
Yeah,
that's like,
a lot. And I'm $150, so to try and get a 150 grams of protein,
that's why
I could probably. I don't ever count my macros or anything like that, or calories or anything like that.
Either. That's why I'm a little scared to do sometimes. On a weekend bender where it's just like you're not feeling like eating clean. Yeah. Like I don't have groceries right now, so I'm going to have to scramble for today and tomorrow. I'm going to have to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is going to be clean eating.
Yeah.
Today might be kind of junk, but
it's tough. It's really tough. It's the hardest part. Like we just sat here and talked about weight training for 30 minutes, but like we should have talked about diet for that amount of time because it's more important than training. Honestly.
Yeah.
And recovery, honestly.
Yeah.
Diet, recover, sleep, which
you
God, I
sit
wish I
there
could
and we
dial
just
in,
we just
you know.
did this workout for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go eat a large pizza. For a person like me, it's probably not going to do a whole lot because I put in 20 years and I've been pretty solid about my diet. Don't do that. Don't.
Yeah.
You need to really zone in on the basics. Like, he's really good about one ingredient foods.
Yeah.
Like, where it comes from the ground, it comes from the animal. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Simplicity.
Yeah. I mean, that honestly,
It's not rocket science.
No,
it
it's
really
not.
isn't. It is not rocket
and
science.
a lot of people have a hard time with it's boring. Well, then it's different seasonings.
Yep.
There's so many different type of sauces that you could find that maybe aren't as highly processed.
Yep.
Or make your own.
Yep.
Could make your own.
It's a lot. It's the part of it is that the part that we don't want to sugarcoat. I mean, you know, him and I talk about all the time is it takes a lot. Like, this is hard.
It is.
The working out, thinking about it every day, eating right. It's a lot of freaking work. I hate to be corny, but it really is. I believe in it. It's that saying of, you know, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
There's a reason why.
I mean, that's just really what it comes down to, man.
There's a reason why most people just say, I don't want to do it, because they know it's hard.
Yeah.
You got to be dedicated. You got to be disciplined. And it's not going to be an overnight fix, and the world wants an overnight fix with a lot of these issues. And we can go all day about that.
Talk about boiling my blood.
Yeah.
Life, pills and powders and all this BS.
Life is all about hard work and discipline.
Yep.
If you want to succeed with what you want to do with yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the best advice I can tell anybody.
Yep.
Is if you want to get anything in life, you got to work hard.
Yep.
And push yourself.
100%.
And this is what I tell my students all the time, and I think that's why you know, I preach it every day to my kids. Like, this might not be what you want to do, but if you work on motivation, discipline, respect, and hard work, it takes you really far in life.
Yeah. It's
100%.
really simple, man, you know.
But a lot of people don't have it. It's not hardwired.
Everything is mental.
It's not hardwired.
I mean, I shouldn't
know?
say everything, but like, yeah, obviously, like, if you tune in part one, we put ourselves through,
A lot.
pretty tough workout, you know.
I know we're
it's
rambling.
physically difficult, but
Yeah.
a lot of it is mental, you know.
Guess we got a couple more we can.
Do you like, real quick? What's your take on carbs?
I think I obviously too many carbs, and I feel like that's what causes, like, for me, too many carbs. I feel bloated. I feel tired.
Everyone's different.
If I have too many carbs, I'm bloated. I'm tired.
Yep.
But if I have the right amount, it definitely gives me a little bit of energy.
Yeah.
I could never just go cold turkey, meat and fruit and veggie. I need a little bit of carbs in my diet to just kind of fuel my lifestyle.
Have you tried it?
I have for a little bit.
Have you ever gone like keto or?
I've never done it. I think I'm a little afraid to.
Yeah,
but I know
I'd
that's
really
how you eat.
Curious to see, because that's how I eat. So basically, like, I do allow myself to have one cheat. I try to stick to one cheat meal a week. I'm not super strict.
Mine's bad. Mine's like 3.
But usually it's, and that's most people, dude. It's like,
mine's like 3. If it's a weekend bender, it's probably 4 a week. But you gotta think, you eat 21 meals a week.
Yeah.
And 4 of them are bad, 17 are good. Like, that's still pretty solid.
You don't eat like complete garbage though. Like, you're usually getting a protein source, a green source,
all the time,
fruit.
Weekly, yes.
And then you might add some extra carbs of starchy, you know.
Yeah, like the only time I eat bad is the weekends. Yeah. I get bad Fridays and Saturdays. I know today might not be as clean as I want, but today's been kind of like I didn't have school today, so it kind of threw me off.
Yeah,
I usually already have my groceries in my house. Threw me off a tizzy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Christopher Columbus.
I put a little roadblock in front of you here.
That's all right. I'm excited to see how this comes out.
Yeah, we're blocked up. All right.
So
two more.
All right.
2 more. Moving on, kind of, unrelated, but like on topic, obviously. So, what is your take on like the future of content creation, of like with AI integration and where we're heading? Like, do you dive into like the analytic aspect of it, of the analytics of and the numbers? Obviously, you as a content creator, you look into like your views and what works and what and that. But like, do you foresee integrating? Are you interested in integrating like AI into your creation, and do you think it's concerning for creators in general? Blah blah blah.
I think it's a double-edged sword. I don't know if that's the right word. There's pros and cons. I think the pro of AI is that it's a viable source for someone who's looking for instance, I love AI I spend all this time in these long videos, and AI gives you these short snippet clips from your full-length videos that like are so good.
Yeah.
That like
it's incredible.
That like I just don't have the editing or knowledge to do that. You pay for this service from your hard work, your long videos, to use it to make short clips of your videos to help get more traction to your big long videos.
Right.
I think that's a beautiful thing.
Right.
I think AI is great too for like if you're looking to help you with maybe a breakdown of the product, you know, not to like when I say breakdown, like I don't use AI to make my reviews. I'm saying like, can you give me the specs of this bench so I, instead of me printing it off everything, just like shoots it on my phone, I can just read it off, and then I can go off of that. I think that's great, but I do think AI, for some, it kind of creates a lazy creator in some ways too, because I feel like creation should be, you are coming up with all this yourself, not the computer's doing it for you.
Yeah.
I think there's, what I said is great, but I feel like a lot of people are just going to AI is going to spit out all their videos and they're not going to do a single thing and make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is unfair to the people who spend hours and days creating.
Yeah.
And AI takes over all of that. It's not fair.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. There's, like you said, it really is a double-edged sword. I do see the point of, we talk a lot about like adapting to things. Well, this technology is not going away. So it's a sink or swim kind of society as far as how I see it. So as a creator going forward, this might sound a little bit brutal to anybody, looking to get started with this. I haven't figured out, I'm going to pick this guy's brain later on today about how I can get started with that, because I don't know much about it. I'm not very tech savvy. But for somebody who might get butt hurt by it, it's like, well, the technology's there. You can use it to your advantage or decide not to. But here's the deal. I really do think that there's a following for it all. There's a following for people who, like, I think there's certain things that AI won't be able to do, and I'm just whipping this out of my rear end. Maybe not, like, we're getting to the point where AI is able to do pretty much anything you can really think of.
Oh, yeah.
But use it to your advantage. You just said earlier that you don't like editing.
I hate it. It literally does it for me.
I personally like the creative side of things, so I like it. So I don't know how much I would use it, but maybe for certain things down the road, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, but it's an interesting avenue. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's like sink or swim. Like, use it, great. If you don't feel like using it, I think you're still going to have a following.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's just really, I don't know. It's really interesting though. But
it is. What was you had one more question?
One more. So we talked about the future of content creation, and then I guess lastly, what's the future of Luke's Garage Gym? Do you ever think far in advance of, like, or you just kind of taking things day by day? Obviously we talked like you stick to the niche. You're working on a review aspect, blah blah blah.
I think that I have a. Were you gonna say something else? Mm-mm. Well, I think for me, I wrote down every video I still need to make, and there was about 150 of them.
Dang.
Yeah. So I have enough videos to last me probably 2 years.
Wow.
If I were to go on a bi-weekly schedule, like do 2 videos a month, I could last another 2 years.
Yeah.
But that's without getting
That's incredible.
That's without getting more things in the gym, which is probably going to happen because companies send you products based off of your reviews, and a lot of people, for some reason, I want to know your take on this too. So many people hate that we get free things. Where do you think I'm going to get all this expendable money to create this channel? It's not going to happen. Do you think I can, as a school teacher, get all this with my salary? I would be living under a rock.
Yeah.
Like, and people get so angry. This is a free product. This is unbiased. This is a biased review. No, it's not. Just because I get it for free doesn't mean I'm going to butter these companies up. I'm going to tell you if it sucks or not. And I would never, first of all, I would never say it sucks, because that is tarnishing and rude and disrespectful to that brand to say this sucks. You can say it in a way that is friendly criticism to give them feedback.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get so sour if my video, if these reviewers aren't nasty to these companies. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to criticize it, but I'm going to do it in an appropriate professional way.
Yeah.
To take the criticism.
That's good to do, yeah.
And I think for me, it's like, I'm going to keep that train going, dude.
It's interesting. Well, obviously, we've talked about it all the time. Like, you know, you get into this space of like content creation, like you're going to, no matter what you're doing, you're going to have trolls. I mean, I have literally 19 videos I think I've made.
Yeah.
And within a span of 8 years, I took like, I don't know, 5 years off of making videos. And it's like, it's how scrappy I am. But, you know, I literally have 20 videos, 19 videos made, whatever. And I already have like one troll, like people
You made it.
It just, well, I wouldn't even say that. It's just like, no matter what you're doing, people are going to sit there and they're gonna badmouth whatever it is that you're doing.
It's just
for various reasons. They're miserable human beings. They're jealous of what you have.
Yeah.
And they don't really stop and think about, like, you had to work to gain all of this. You had to work, again,
4 years,
3.5, 4 years, whatever,
to get all this.
And you know, that's a long freaking time.
You can't just, and then people think you can't just get this stuff for free just because you're just some random. You can't just be some random dude. Hey, can I get? No, you have to show that you have a following, you have good content, you're reliable, you're trustworthy. And that takes a long time.
Yeah.
To get brands to recognize you. And yeah, I don't care that I get free stuff.
Right.
It's freaking awesome. And honestly, if I wasn't getting free products, I wouldn't be able to keep doing what I do.
Right.
Because if you guys don't know, YouTube does not pay a lot.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, got a couple million subscribers.
Yeah.
So affiliate links and as any way you can even buy your own equipment, because I don't have the, I'm not going to take out a $20,000 loan for the YouTube channel. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
Some people do that because they, you know, they have that ambition that it's gonna. I don't know. That's too scary to think about.
It's wild that, and it's difficult, man. You're human. So is everybody else that's in this space, you know. And you've been absolutely killing it with what you've been doing. It's just like you're gonna have people, you know.
Yeah. I mean, look at all this crap, dude.
Yeah. It's absolutely incredible. You know, like I don't even know, like it's in the background here, but like, you know, what he has, we didn't even like utilize today, like, you know, half the gym. I mean, yeah, it like you put in all this hard work and people don't see it. But again, you're human. Everybody else is human. You know, any kind of criticism is not gonna feel right. You know,
Yeah.
and you're gonna like wonder, like, do you just think before you speak? Like you just like
No, they don't.
But you know,
They
I can go on this topic.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, I mean, I'd ramble on about politics and BS and all this, which I'm not going to do because I don't know what I'm talking about anyway. But I can, you know, right from wrong. It's just like you're not going to understand these people, and I know it's like the easy way out from this conversation, but it really is like you're not. It's just like no matter how bad you want to understand what's going on in this person's mind of like the criticism and the trolling and the negative feedback. It's like,
yeah,
you know your self-worth. You know that. What you're doing is right, and you're helping people, and like that's all that matters. And you're gonna have people that are just like, ooh, boo, boo, you know,
I always,
it is what it is.
I love a comment that is like, is critical, but in a positive way to try to help the creator
100%.
become better. I love those comments. I get those probably a couple times a week, and I'm like, this is great. And like, they come back to every video and always talk to me about the products too. I love those people. I hate the people that are just going on there just to put you down and bash you because they have some sort of, you know, it's the bullying aspect, or it's just like, it's very childish.
Yeah.
Like, what are we, like 10 years old here?
Yeah.
Move on.
It's incredible, dude, how petty some people are.
I've never once in my life went on a video and trolled. I would never will, because I don't, it's just inappropriate. It's wrong.
Well, you're gonna spend the time to go out of your way. Like, don't you have like better things to do with your time?
No,
You know, it's incredible, dude.
they don't.
It really is. You
But
know? But anyway,
I mean-
so you're just taking things day by day. You're gonna do your reviews and kind of just roll with it. I love it, by the way. I mean,
gonna
to,
keep-
to have a, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 year plan. Sometimes it's just silly. I think that's the joy of like creation.
Yeah.
Of just like, I'm gonna have this interest, see where this goes. Until anybody like, you know, even for myself, I'm a beginner. I'm just like you. If you're, you know, in the same mindset of like, it is a lot of trial and error. So maybe this one day, like I've been studying like the future of YouTube and where this is going and trying to understand it a little bit more. And you know, one day you might not have an interest in doing
they're fighting.
reviews and everything, and they will end up, you know, as hopefully we, you know, you and I go and do some manufacturer, you know, gym tours, or not gym tours, but like equipment tours.
We got to get this guy to a motocross event
That'd
too.
be
We'll get
awesome.
an expo.
Be silly. That'd be awesome. But hopefully we can do a little bit of that in the future, kind of bouncing
yeah.
between all those different things. And but yeah, it's cool to go about it in that manner, because the mystery is fun.
Oh yeah,
You know, because you're gonna probably have down the road have different interests, and you'll just kind of fine tune it to that, and then, you know, at that point you'll be doing something different. You know,
at least another year. Kind of see what goes.
could you imagine doing this until you're 70?
At this point, for how much stuff I keep getting,
Wouldn't it be interesting to see? You know,
I mean,
I hear a lot of people talking about that in terms of like,
there's a lot of
cool,
people.
like, I don't
that
know
are-
if like, you know, could I see myself doing this till I'm, you know, old? And I'm like, oh, like, this is like the way of the world today. So it's crazy to think
home
about
gyms aren't going away.
it. If the planet's still here, you know.
Yeah, it might not be. We'll find out. But
Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. We've been,
All right.
what are we on? 51 minutes. Man, we killing it. We killing
I
it.
gotta stand up too. My legs.
Hopefully,
are done.
if you tuned in to part 1, great. Leave a comment below. You know, if you would rather listen to us dweebs talk nonsense and tune into this part 2, great. Yeah, we've had I know, me personally, I've had a stellar time doing
Oh,
this.
absolutely, dude.
I'd like to do it more often.
Yeah, I'd love to see
come
what
up with
people
different ideas.
We get some views here and some people's feedback too. It'd
Yeah.
always be nice. So
100%.
feedback
Yeah,
would be great.
Please leave a comment below. Yeah, like, subscribe. Dude, go ahead and plug everything you got going on.
Yeah, Luke's Garage Gym on TikTok,
Yeah, boy.
Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, and YouTube. Check it out.
Yeah.
And
Until next
yeah.
time,
All right.
keep boogieing until you can't boogie no more, baby.
Sir. Peace.